Welcome back to Coin Explorer. Today we're uncovering a hidden treasure, a small piece of history, a coin that most people walk past, spend without a second thought, or leave forgotten in dusty drawers. But what if I told you that this coin might just be worth more than your car, maybe more than your house, maybe even more than most people will make in an entire year? Yes, we're talking about the 1977 USA 5-cent coin, also known as the Jefferson Nickel. At first glance, it seems common, something you might have handed over for candy or soda back in the day. But behind its modest face lies a story that stretches across decades, filled with history, mystery, and a collector's dream that could be worth thousands, lakhs, or even millions. So before you toss away that old nickel or dismiss your loose change as worthless, stay right here, because this coin has secrets, and if you're lucky enough to have one of the rare variants, well, let's just say your life might be about to change. Let's begin with the basics. The 1977 Jefferson Nickel was part of a long-standing coin series minted by the United States Mint from 1938 onward. On the obverse, you'll see the familiar profile of Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States and the principal author of the Declaration of Independence. His gaze is calm, almost serene, but behind that face is a design that has become legendary in American numismatics. On the reverse, the image of Monticello, Jefferson's neoclassical estate in Virginia. It's one of the most recognizable coin reverse designs in the world. The words E pluribus unum arc gracefully above it, and Monticello is etched below, along with the words 5 cents and United States of America. So far, sounds ordinary, right? But here's where it gets interesting. The 1977 Jefferson Nickel was minted in massive numbers. Over 585 million coins were produced in Philadelphia alone. But here's the twist. Even in a massive sea of coins, there are always a few that stand out, a few that slipped through the cracks of standard minting, a few that collectors would fight over in global auctions, and these are the ones we're about to talk about. Let's dive into the material and physical specs. The 1977 Jefferson Nickel is composed of 75% copper and 25% nickel, giving it that signature silvery tone with a slight warm hue. It weighs exactly 5 grams and has a diameter of 21.2 millimeters. On the surface, everything about this coin screams regular. But don't let appearances fool you, because just like a rare gemstone among pebbles, there are versions of this 1977 nickel that are so rare, so mysteriously unique, that their value doesn't just rise, it skyrockets. In the coin collecting world, rarity isn't always about age. Sometimes it's about something even more elusive: errors, varieties, and historical context. Let me explain. There have been documented cases of 1977 Jefferson nickels with full steps on Monticello, a term used to describe coins that show every step on the building's front staircase in perfect detail. These steps are notoriously difficult to strike cleanly, and coins that exhibit this rare feature, known as FS, or full steps, are highly sought after by collectors. Now, imagine finding a 1977 nickel with full steps in flawless, uncirculated condition, professionally graded as MS-67 or even MS-68. That coin could go from being worth 5 cents to being appraised in the thousands, possibly tens of thousands, depending on market demand and competition at auction. But that's just scratching the surface. In rare cases, certain 1977 nickels have been found with die clashes, off-center strikes, or planchet errors, meaning the blank metal disc used to make the coin had imperfections. These mint errors are not just unusual, they're collectibles of the highest order. Let me share a fascinating story. In 2022, a collector in California was digging through a jar of old American coins that had belonged to his grandfather. Among the wheat pennies and mercury dimes, he spotted an ordinary-looking nickel, but something was different. The Monticello design on the reverse looked off. The building seemed slightly tilted, and the bottom edge had an odd curvature. Curious, He sent it for professional evaluation. When the coin came back from NGC, the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, it was marked as a 1977 Jefferson Nickel with major reverse die rotation, a rare error where the back of the coin is misaligned in relation to the front. The coin was also graded MS66, placing it in elite condition. That one coin, pulled from a forgotten jar, went on to be featured in a private auction and was estimated to be worth upwards of $50,000. Now imagine, what if you have a similar coin sitting quietly in a drawer? You see, this is the thrill of coin collecting. The hunt. The possibility that something common could be hiding a secret. Something rare, something valuable. But there's more to this story. Let's talk mint marks. In 1977, nickels were minted at both Philadelphia, no mint mark, and Denver, with a D mint mark. While both versions are generally considered common, certain Denver minted coins have been found with RPM errors. That stands for repunched mint mark, where the D was stamped more than once, slightly misaligned. These types of errors are catnip for collectors, especially if they come in pristine condition. And here's the kicker. Some of these RPM error coins, especially with full steps, have been listed in private collections with valuations soaring into six-figure territory. That's right. What started as a 5-cent coin could, under the right conditions, reach values in the hundreds of thousands of dollars. And what determines that kind of value? Let's break it down. First, rarity. Minting errors or variations like full steps, off-center strikes, rotated dies, or double strikes dramatically reduce the number of existing examples. Second, condition. A circulated coin might be worth a few dollars, but a perfectly preserved coin, one that's never been touched by human hands, graded MS67 or higher, becomes exponentially more valuable. Third, demand. The more collectors who want that specific variety, the higher the price. Add an exciting backstory, historical relevance, or auction buzz, and prices climb even faster. And fourth, certification. A coin graded by respected organizations like PCGS or NGC carries undeniable weight. The grading process ensures authenticity, condition, and classification, giving buyers confidence and sellers leverage. Now let's talk about you. Do you have a 1977 nickel? Maybe it's in an old coin collection. Maybe it slipped into your change one day without notice. Maybe your parents or grandparents stashed away old coins and never thought to look twice. Well, now is the time. Start by carefully examining both sides of the coin. Use a magnifying glass. Look for anything unusual. Off-center prints, unusual spacing, doubling in the lettering, odd edges, or any clear signs of mint error. Then look closely at Monticello. Can you see all the steps? Are they sharp and clear? That might just be your golden ticket. And here's the thing. Most million-dollar coins weren't found in treasure chests or vaults. They were discovered in pocket change, in garage sales, in flea markets, and yes, in Grandpa's old cigar box. So the real question is, what are you waiting for? Coin collectors around the world are now obsessively searching for rare varieties of common coins. Because the market has shifted. People have realized that numismatics isn't just about history. It's about opportunity. It's about the thrill of discovering something extraordinary in the most ordinary places. And if there's one coin that fits this mold perfectly, it's the 1977 USA 5-cent coin. It's humble, it's familiar, it's everywhere, and yet it could be worth a fortune. So the next time you get a handful of change, don't ignore the nickels. Examine them, study them. You never know. The next 5-cent piece in your hand might just be your million-dollar discovery. Thanks for joining us on this incredible journey, Coin Explorers. If stories like this ignite your curiosity, subscribe to the channel, like this video, and share it with anyone who might have a jar of coins sitting somewhere collecting dust. And remember, behind every ordinary coin, there might be an extraordinary story. So keep hunting, keep learning, and may your next coin be the one that changes everything.